Hey guys, Kingpin here. Welcome back to the Center of Primate Conservation. In case this is your first time on the channel, first of all, welcome. Happy to have you here. And second of all, this is our latest franchise zoo. Located in the middle of South America, the Center for Primate Conservation has one goal. I want to house every primate in the game in this zoo eventually. And that's not to say there's only primates here. In fact, in the very last episode, we added a South American staple into the zoo, capybaras. And off-screen, they actually gave birth to twins, and both of which are gold rated. Check them out. We learned a lot about capybaras in the last episode. We had a really long education segment, and I learned a lot of new facts researching them myself. My goal with these videos is to provide entertainment and education about the environment. If that sounds like something you'd be into, why not subscribe? We just hit 500 subscribers and we have a big surprise coming on the channel. That's a later discussion though. For now we should probably get back to the zoo. Let's check out what we've done in the past couple episodes. The rainforest, which we made before, is completely self-sustaining. All of the staff facilities are in the back and they never really need help with anything. But we don't really have a work zone out here, so we're going to have to help these animals out and check up on them. This sub-area has more of a wetlands theme. That's why we have cappies here, and then our next exhibit on the left are the Asian small-clawed otters, which we're likely going to be replacing May 28th when the aquatic pack drops with the giant Amazon River otter. That's kind of why we made this exhibit. They're just a placeholder animal. But I will admit I'm starting to like them, so I'm not too sure about that now. We've also been having our mechanics research the Europe theme. There's a few building blocks that we're going to be using in today's exhibit in that pack. These are our small-clawed otters. They have a really large exhibit filled with multiple features, from underwater viewing, to a den with one-way glass, to an overhead view where you can see them from above. Their exhibit's probably the largest single exhibit in the entire zoo so far, but it's dwarfed by the rainforest, although to be fair that has 4 different exhibits and 13 habitats inside of it, so it's not really comparable. The other thing we need to do right now is put some education stands all around our capybara exhibit. This is one of the only things I've used a blueprint for so far in this zoo. I just think it's a lot easier, and I was going to build something that looks exactly like this anyways. Our education rating is consistently the lowest thing in any zoo that I make, and I'm not quite sure why. I always have ample speakers, ample boards, and I research the animals as well. Education's really hard to keep up with in this game for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why ours has been so bad lately. Maybe it's because I forgot to turn the signs on, but I promise I usually remember. And hey, check that out, one of our otters is about to have offspring. I've never actually seen a baby otter before in this game, so let's watch it happen. They seem to be pretty in unison. I wonder if this is the mother and the father. Well, obviously the back one's the mother, but I don't know. They look extremely happy in their exhibit. They're already at 2 stars, and every single thing is above 90%, which is good. Usually I shoot for 100%, but it's impossible to keep every animal at 100% all the time. Sometimes they can get really picky, sometimes the keepers can slack off and be lazy, not feed them because they're on break. You never know. These otters are typically pretty easy to take care of. A little bit expensive to start out with, but they're not bad at all. But let's see if this baby comes in. Yeah, they're hungry right now, which is why they're over here eating the fish. Come on. It's satisfying to watch their hunger levels go up as they're actively eating. But we're not here to watch them eat. Did we miss it? There's no way that we missed it. Look how many guests are waiting for it to happen too. They're just as eager as we are. We'll just have to be a little bit more patient, and it should happen any second now. This must be the father. Maybe this is the animation too. Yeah, check it out right there. Awesome. A gold star one as well. So cute. I wonder where she'll go first. Through the grass, play with some boxes. Nope. Can she even climb this mountain? It's gonna be a little bit steep. Yeah, check that out. I don't even think she can get up. No, wait, she can. Seems to like the grass a lot. Maybe we'll see the deep dive animation for the baby. That would be awesome. Likes the trees. Yeah, look, it's going in the water. That was really cute, but we should probably focus on the main aspect of today's video. We haven't added a primate to the Center of Primate Conservation in some time, and we're going to be changing that today. I've already cleared out an area where this exhibit's gonna go, and I already have a rough idea in my head of exactly what I want it to be. It's gonna turn out really cool. This exhibit's gonna be for the proboscis monkey, a very vulnerable animal native to Southeast Asia. I'll put an image on screen now. Certainly a unique, let's say, appearance. I have a rough idea in my head of what I want this exhibit to look like. Off the top of my head, I know for a fact I want it to have an indoor section and an outdoor section, and have the indoor section be about 50% larger. I think that would look really cool with this plot of land. The indoor section is going to be closer to the cabbie cabin, and the outdoor section is going to be on the right from where we currently are. Let's get to building. The reason I've had our mechanics researching the European architecture has been because we're going to make a lot of their enclosure out of this brick texture. From all of the Planet Zoo YouTube videos that I watch in my free time, this is probably the most widely used block palette in the entire game. I see all YouTubers, big and small, using this, and I figured I'd get in on the fun. It's a really good looking block, and I think it looks really good in this specific instance, the way we're going to use it. You'll just have to see in the end. I like to build all of my builds in a two-phase attack. The first phase, which we're doing right now, is just getting the general outline of the thing built. As you can see, we have our indoor viewing and our outdoor viewing, so we've already accomplished that. Next, we have to do the detail though, and this will mainly come later. Even though we're adding glass right now, this is still part of the first attack, since we're just doing the structure of the thing. You can't just have the monkeys running around escaping. We'll detail it up and make it look pretty afterwards, but you have to make a build functional first and foremost. I'm thinking I'm going to make it a little bit taller just so we can add a little trim over this. Sometimes details and the structure merge. That's what we're doing right now. This is nice, but it's also a little detail. This is more of an advanced tip, but if you are on the detailing phase of a build, try to add details that directly pertain to the animal that you're building the exhibit for. For example, if you're making an exhibit for monkeys, try to add a lot of foliage around the area, a lot of plants, different rocks, things that the monkey might not like even though it's not directly in its exhibit. Another piece of advice I would give while building is if you don't necessarily have an idea for the roof or anything else in general, but you come up with one mid-build, don't be afraid to change your plan. For example, right here, I didn't necessarily think I was going to have a skylight sort of like the rainforest has with trees popping out of the top, but I thought it would be really cool for these proboscis monkeys to add in. So I changed the plan a little bit and added it and adapted. Even if you're following a strict tutorial, don't be afraid to make little additions to make the build personalized to you. It's your build after all, no matter who you're taking it from. That being said, if you are using a build in a video and you're using direct inspiration from a different YouTuber or anybody else, be sure to give credit. But if it's your own personal world and you have no plans on uploading it or sharing it with anybody, don't worry about the credit, just do it, it's fun. The last thing we need to do in this exhibit is get the barrier filled in. I decided just to use the regular preset thick glass for this. It's unclimbable, which these proboscis monkeys, according to the Zoopedia, will climb everywhere, so you have to use something that's not climbable. This leaves you with brick, concrete, or glass. And obviously we want the guest to be able to see the monkeys in the outdoor section, and brick would be a little bit too clashing with the color scheme, so I decided to use the thick glass because it combines concrete and glass. We've never made an exhibit for these guys before, but we can guess what they're gonna like. They're very similar to other primates in this game, so we're gonna guess that they like regular grass, maybe not so much long grass, just like our lemurs. Lastly, we're going to extend out the wall that goes from the indoor section and connect it to the outdoor section. There's pretty much only one way on the outside you can possibly see them, and one way on the inside that you can possibly see them. This will keep the animal's stress levels down. Lastly, we have to connect the null barrier all the way around. This was a little bit difficult. Since this exhibit is a little bit smaller than what we're used to, we have to be very careful not to over-exaggerate the null barrier, otherwise our stats might be off and the animals might be stressed without us knowing why. So we had to get the null barrier pretty much exactly inside the concrete, and it's not much bigger than the null barrier is, so it's pretty difficult. Alright, it's about time we get these guys in their new home. Their exhibit turned out quite nice. We just have to know what to put in there, so we need to get them in there first. I think we only have 2 of them so far. These guys are kind of rare, and I don't really see them in the marketplace that often. But yep, we have a male and a female. And the Zoopedia says they're really easy to breed, so hopefully it doesn't take long to get an entire family of these guys in there. The Zoopedia also says that they need a pretty large social group, so having 2 of them at the start isn't going to cut it. We might need to have additional ones in there ready to go. There's 3 for sale right now. None of them have the best stats, so maybe we just hold off on these guys. Usually I don't mind stats, but if they have bad longevity, that's not good, because that just means they're going to die sooner. Yeah, I think we'll just hold off. Proboscis monkeys can be found on the island of Borneo, in the Asian southeast. Sadly, proboscis monkeys are classified as vulnerable as of right now in 2024, due to habitat loss. They're most well known for their large and distinct noses, which are pronounced in males more so than females. The size of the nose is thought to be attractive to females, and also helps them get better mates. It's very similar to how animals like deer and moose get their choice of mates depending on which one has the bigger antlers. It's very similar with proboscis monkey and their noses, but their noses can also help amplify their voice, which is thought to how they attract their mates in the first place. They are very proficient swimmers and are often found near rivers, mangrove swamps, and other bodies of water. They use their partially webbed feet to navigate through the swamps and escape predators. They're completely herbivorous, and if you remember from the capybara episode last time we talked about this, herbivores only eat plants, carnivores only eat meat, and omnivores eat both. Proboscis monkeys, thus being herbivorous, mainly eat fruits, leaves, seeds, and flowers. They have surprisingly complex stomachs among primates with multiple chambers, which aids them in eating toxic plants that many other animals won't be able to digest. In the last episode, we discussed that a group of capybaras is known as a herd. Most, if not all primates, live in troops. These are pretty much the same things as herds, they're just called different things. Most animals have different names for their large groups, but proboscis monkeys live in groups called troops, which typically consist of a dominant male, several females, and their offspring. These troops can range in size from a few individuals to over 20 monkeys. They don't get nearly as big as other troops of primates such as ring-tailed lemurs, but they're quite sizable. They're definitely not solitary animals. They communicate using a variety of vocalizations, including honks, grunts, and screams. Males often use vocalizations to assert dominance and attract females. Let's hear what one sounds like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Geez, thanks proboscis monkey. How could you say no to that face? Speaking of a proboscis monkey's face, the nose that they're known for is only really pronounced among female proboscis monkeys, as they don't really have to attract the mates. The males do all the work in that aspect. The females do give birth to a single offspring after a gestation period of around 5 to 6 months. The infants are born with blue faces, which gradually change to the characteristically pinkish color as they mature. Proboscis monkeys play an extremely important role in their ecosystem as seed dispensers. By consuming fruits and seeds and then traveling throughout the forest, they can help repopulate some endangered plant species. Despite being endangered, conservation efforts are underway to protect the remaining population of the proboscis monkey. These efforts include habitat preservation, anti-poaching measures, and community education programs aimed at raising awareness about the importance of protecting these unique primates. Planet Zoo is included in this. If you think about it, this is an effort to raise awareness about these species, among hundreds of others as well. It may be small, but just by enjoying games like this, shows development teams that animals aren't just a dying fad and people still are passionate about them. So keep playing, do your part. It may be small, but it is significant if a lot of us do it. Like said before, proboscis monkeys are only found in the island of Borneo, which is divided between Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei. They inhabit coastal areas, mangrove forest, and lowland rainforest that run along rivers and waterways. They have to be near water to survive. One of the major threats to the life of a proboscis monkey is habitat destruction due to the expansion of palm oil plantations. Large-scale deforestation for palm oil cultivation has resulted in the loss of vast areas of their natural habitat around Indonesia. The proboscis monkey holds extreme cultural significance for the people of the island of Borneo, with various indigenous communities incorporating them into their folklore, rituals, and traditional beliefs. Ecotourism focused on proboscis monkeys has provided economic incentives for local small communities to protect their habitat and wildlife. Responsible for tourism and practices can help generate revenue while minimizing negative impacts on the environment and wildlife. In essence, it's a zoo without actually being a zoo. Having these areas now, scientists can conduct research and monitoring projects to better understand the behavior, ecology, and population dynamics of the proboscis monkey. Interior complete. It turned out really nicely. They have a ton of room to go in the sun, but they can also get away if they need to. They have a lot of area to climb, but the only thing that we did slightly different is we didn't give them a little body of water. Instead, they can just drink directly from this faucet, so they'll never get thirsty. This will do two things. For one, it'll let them drink whenever they need to, and for two, it'll ease some stress off of our keepers who have to keep refilling their water otherwise. It's not quite done yet. We still have a lot of detailing work to do on the exterior and interior, but there should be a window here. How have they not escaped yet? There's just been a gaping hole in the window the entire time. Well, apparently these arboreal masters can't jump a 2-foot stone wall, so I guess that's good. Let's just fix this, because that is very bizarre. I don't know how I possibly could have missed that going in. Just go to the construction menu, go to wall pieces, and find this exact wall. It's one of my favorite glass pieces. I use it all the time. Make it get perfect. We can just add it to this group. Lower it into place, and not there. There. Easy. Now what's going on? That's not good. I think that's our mandrills. There must be too many males. One of the juveniles must have matured. That's actually beneficial for us, though, because that means we can release one to the wild and get some conservation credits, which we're kind of low on right now. Which one should we get rid of? Preferably the older of the two. Although I think the older of the two we might have just bought, and he's not born here yet, because the mandrills haven't been here for that long. So we might have to get rid of this guy, unfortunately. He had a good run here. I think we have another male juvenile, so that's not the end of the world, but we need conservation credits first and foremost. What is wrong with you? Stress? Okay, that'll go quick. They have plenty of areas to hide. Back to the proboscis monkeys, though. This is their episode. As you can see, this is one of our smaller exhibits so far. They don't have a ton of space, but we'll detail up the inside and outside soon. Let's just make sure they're all happy. It looks like they are. There's 3 of them in here. What is this? How did you get up here? There's nets that stop you. Okay, we might have to change that. That's bizarre. I don't think he can get down from here, can he? Let's check. Come on, sensitivity. Okay, he just phased through, so that's good, but can they get out? Yeah, they can. That's a problem. That's an easy fix, though. All we'll have to do is get rid of these trees right here and replace it with a bigger one. I actually think I like this look better. It's a lot more bushy instead of just a couple palm trees peeking through. And I don't think they should be able to escape through here, but we should probably double check. Actually, there's no way they can. Look, the branches don't even go up that far, which is how they get up. Feel free to skip to the time on screen if you don't want to see the time lapse. Check it out, during the time-lapse one of our proboscis monkeys actually had a baby. And it's a male gold star too. Awesome. This will be the great start of a new family for them here. Hopefully they can enjoy it. Speaking of enjoy, I really enjoyed making this exhibit. Using this European rock really helped with the creative process. We didn't really have anything like it before. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you see. I know I sure do. I'm not really sure what animal to add next, so let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see. It'll be on the bottom half of this exhibit for sure, but let me know. Till next time, Kingpin out. See you then.